Johann Kaspar Lavater was a Swiss poet, writer, philosopher, physiognomist and theologian. Early life. Lavater was born in Zurich, and was educated at the gymnasium there, where J.J. Bodmer and J.J. Breitinger were amongst his teachers. Corruption fighter. At barely 21 years of age, Lavater greatly distinguished himself by denouncing, in conjunction with his friend Henry Fuseli the painter, an iniquitous magistrate, who was compelled to make restitution of his ill-gotten gains. Zwinglian. In 1769, Lavater took holy orders in Zurich's Zwinglian church, and officiated until his death as deacon or pastor in churches in his native city. His oratorical fervor and genuine depth of conviction gave him great personal influence. He was extensively consulted as a casuist, and was welcomed with enthusiasm on his journeys throughout Germany. His writings on mysticism were widely popular as well. In the same year, Lavater tried to convert Moses Mendelssohn to Christianity, by sending him a translation of Charles Bonnet's Palingenesi philosophy, and demanding that he either publicly refute Bonnet's arguments or convert. Mendelssohn refused to do either, and many prominent intellectuals took Mendelssohn's side, including Lichtenberg and Herder. Physiognomy. Lavater is most well known for his work in the field of physiognomy. Physiognomische Fragmentation der Menschenkenntnis und Menschenliebe, published between 1775 and 1778. He introduced the idea that physiognomy related to the specific character traits of individuals, rather than general types. The fame of this book, which found admirers in France and England as well as Germany, rests largely upon the handsome style of publication and the accompanying illustrations. The two principal sources from which Lavater developed his physiognomical studies were the writings of the Italian polymath Giambattista della Porta, and the observations made by Sir Thomas Browne in his Religio Medici. Poet. As a poet, Lavater published Christliche Lieder and two epics, Jesus Messias and Joseph von Arimathea, in the style of Klopstock. More relevant to the religious temperament of Lavater's times are his introspective Aussichten in die WorldCat, Geheimstage Buch von einem Beobachter seiner Selb and Pontius Pilatus, Oder der Mensch in allen Gestalten. Goethe. From 1774 on, Goethe was intimately acquainted with Lavater, but later had a falling out with him, accusing him of superstition and hypocrisy. Blake. In 1788, William Blake annotated Lavater's Aphorisms of Man. Lavater published 632 aphorisms in all. Blake considered the following aphorism to be an excellent example of an aphorism. 40. Who, under pressing temptations to lie, adheres to truth, nor to the profane betrays aught of a sacred trust, is near the summit of wisdom and virtue. Last days. During his later years, Lavater's influence waned, and he incurred considerable ridicule due to his vanity. His conduct during the French occupation of Switzerland brought about his death. On the taking of Zurich by the French in 1799, Lavater, while trying to appease the aggressors, was shot by an infuriated grenadier. He died over a year later, after protracted sufferings borne with great fortitude. The Swiss artist and illustrator, Johann Lavater, was a direct descendant of Johann Kaspar Lavater. Works: Vermischte Schriften, Kleine Prosaische Schriften, Nachgelesene Schriften, Samtliche Werke, Ausgewählte Schriften.